Hey everyone, it's Tony Janko with the Janko Realty Group, your Hendricks County guide to all things real estate. If you're thinking of building a new home in Avon, Brownsburg, Plainfield, you need to watch this video. I've helped over 150 families do new construction, and I can tell you from experience, what people think the process is like and what it actually is are two very different things. I've seen it go really smooth, and I've also had to step in to fix situations that could have cost clients a lot of money and stress. So today, I'm gonna walk you through the real truth about buying new construction, the good, the surprises, and what you absolutely need to know going in. Let's start with the good, because there's a lot to like about new construction. Everything is new. So you don't have to worry about replacing a roof, HVAC, or appliances anytime soon. You're getting modern floor plans, open layouts, big kitchens, office space, flex rooms, homes that are built for how people actually live today. And energy efficiency is a big one too. Better insulation, newer systems, which can really help with utility costs. I had a client last year building in Plainfield, and one of the biggest things they loved was just the peace of mind. They didn't want to worry about major repairs for years. They just wanted something turnkey, and new construction was perfect for that. Now let's talk about where people get caught off guard, and that's pricing. That base price that you see online, that is almost never what buyers end up paying. Once you start picking cabinets, flooring, countertops, elevations, and even the lot, that price can jump fast. I've had people walk into model homes thinking they were buying a $400,000 house, and by the time they were done, they were closer to $450,000, and in some cases even $500,000. I recently had a couple in Avon where we actually sat down ahead of time, mapped out a strategy of what upgrades mattered, what didn't, and how it would affect their resale. They still got a beautiful home, but avoided overspending on things that wouldn't pay off later. Now let's talk about builder incentives, because you're gonna see a lot of them right now. Things like rate buydowns, closing costs, and upgrade credits. And those can be great, but here's the part most people don't think about. The incentive they're offering may not actually be the best use of that money for you. For example, a builder might offer to buy down your interest rate by a full percentage point. Sounds amazing, right? But if your plan is only to be in that home for a few years, or you might think you're gonna refinance, that money might actually benefit you more if it was used to lower the purchase price instead. I've had this exact conversations with clients, and once we looked at their long-term plan, we adjusted the strategy to better fit their goals. So the key is, don't just take the incentive plan at face value. Make sure it actually works for your situation. Now let's talk about timelines, because this is another big one. Builders may say it's 4 to 5 months, and sometimes that happens, but not always. We had a client in Brownsburg building and everything was going smoothly. And then we hit delays with materials and weather. What was supposed to be about 5 months turned into 7. It worked out, but it required flexibility with their move, their lease, everything. So if you're building, plan for a little cushion. And if your timing is tight, a spec home might be a better option for you. Thinking about relocating to the Indianapolis area? Well, I've got just a thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description below or the top pinned comments. Hope that helps. Now here's probably the most important part of this whole process. When you walk into a model home, that sales rep works for the builder. They're great people, but they represent the builder's interest, not yours. We've had clients go in without representation and later realize they didn't fully understand things like lot placement, upgrade value, or how their home would compare when it comes time to sell. And what most people don't realize, in most cases, the builder pays your agent, not you. So having someone on your side likely won't cost you anything, but it can make a huge difference. Now let's break this down locally, because this is where things really matter. Starting with Plainfield, there are actually only a handful of neighborhoods that are both within the town limits of Plainfield and within the Plainfield School District. So a true Plainfield home is one of the hardest things to find, especially at an affordable price. When those opportunities come up, they go fast. Now the good news is, more land is starting to open up. So if that's something you're interested in, we can help you get on the inside track before everyone else. Now Avon. Avon has the most options when it comes to new construction. We've got everything from first-time homebuyer communities to move-up homes, 55 and older communities, all the way up to higher-end executive homes. So no matter what stage you're in, Avon usually has something that fits. And Brownsburg, there's still a solid selection of new construction, but not quite as much inventory as Avon. You're going to see more mid-range homes, less entry level, and not as many 55 and over options. But demand is strong, so when the right home comes up, it tends to move. So if you're thinking about building, here's what you need to know right away. First, know what other new construction homes are actually selling for in the neighborhood. Not just the base price, but what buyers are really paying after upgrades. Because one of the biggest mistakes I see are buyers upgrading their homes to the point to where it's actually above what the neighborhood supports. And that can hurt you later when it comes time to resell. Second, understand what's planned around you. That open field behind you might look great today, but what is it zoned for? What's coming? I've seen many situations where buyers thought they had open space behind them, and a year later, it's a commercial development or a warehouse. That's something you want to know before you build, not after. And third, make sure the incentives you're getting actually match your plan, not just what's being offered, but what truly benefits you. And finally, have someone representing you through the process, someone who can help you evaluate upgrades, understand resale value, and guide you through the decisions that aren't always the most obvious in the moment. Because I've seen things go both ways. I've seen clients build exactly what they wanted and have an amazing experience. I've also seen situations where with a little guidance up front would have saved a lot of money and a lot of stress. New construction can be an incredible opportunity. You just want to make sure you're building it the right way. If you're thinking about building in Avon, Brownsburg, or Plainfield, or you just want to talk through your options, reach out to us. We've helped over 850 families buy, sell, and build right here in Hendricks County, and we'd love to help do the same for you. Reach out to us. I'm Tony Janko, Mr. Hendricks County.